Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I've started to use Prophecy AI to analyze stocks and do my stock research. And instead of doing what we typically have to do as investors, which is spending hour after hour reviewing SEC filings, looking at different financial websites, looking over the financials, looking at different press releases, and so on and so forth, this helps skip the process and makes things a lot more convenient for us as investors. And we're going to be using BBAI for today's example. Now, before we even talk about BBAI, let me explain exactly what it is that the platform actually does. What it is essentially an AI-powered investing research platform that you can ask questions about almost any public company, just like you're talking to ChatGPT. Like when you ask ChatGPT for any questions you have, whether if it's about exercise or whatever, but the AI is solely focused on investing and assisting you in your investing journey. So first, when we talk about BigBear and we look over here on the Strategies app, on the Strategies platform, let me just click over here. Oh, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Right here. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. A little bit of technical difficulties. So anyways, what we will be doing here is I'm going to show you exactly how you can ask it questions. So let's just reset everything real quick. And let me just delete all this for you. So delete. Yeah, so there we go. So what we're going to do is first off, we're going to add an action. And we got it right there. And I'm going to set it to the widget that I personally like, which is custom agentic. Add it right here. And we're going to be using Claude. So what I can do now is I can ask it any question that I'd like. So let's just, not even from the technical perspectives, not something like what price target will we be seeing on Monday open or anything like that. Let's ask something specifically of what it is we would look for when it comes to the fundamental part of the stock. Like you're going to be asking, is the company profitable? So just something simple. Was BBAI profitable last year? And can you give me some financial highlights from the recent quarterly report? Okay, so now I got BBA set right here. You have to put your ticker symbol there, and then you run the strategy. Now, you can use the specific AI model with the strategies, specifically for actual strategies regarding day trading or swing trading right here, or some type of momentum entry. And you can save it and file it right here where you'll be able to see. And there's also a feature where the people in the community can add their own strategies and leave it in the template for other people to see, to kind of gain a little more insight and maybe think, oh, that's an interesting strategy. Let me test it out. Let me test it out. Or let me just see if this is a valid way to go about it, if that makes sense. So you do got to give it some time. Excuse me, guys. It does take a little bit of time. So while we are waiting, just so you know, the questions that you ask can be anything from the fundamental side of things or on the technical side of things. And you can make it as simple as, will this level of support hold, and how, well, not will this support level hold, but is it a high possibility that the support level can hold? Because obviously, even though the AI is very helpful, and I do go by this platform when it comes to my stock research, you still should do the typical foundational things of, having your doing your due diligence and having your risk management in place. You should still do those things. And the all checks passed right here. So the strategy has gone through. Answer my question. And as you do see here, it's going to give you the analysis and give you some key highlights. You can see things all the way from the fiscal year 2024 revenue, the fiscal year 2025 net loss. You can see fiscal year 2025 operating margin, and you can take your time to look at all of the highlights that, and again, pause the video if you want to see how valid what the AI gave me. And feel free again, just to test it out, to do your own due diligence and see if the analysis that AI is making here is valid with what you can find in SEC filings. So I just want to point that out here, but it answered my question whether if it's profitable or not, and it gave me some key financial highlights from the recent quarterly reports. So that's the first thing. It can help you answer questions just like that compared to taking all the time you have to looking at numerous reports. And it also helps you out with the technical analysis side of things. You can even ask questions like that. And when we go back specifically to the actual the main page on Prophecy, where you type in the ticker symbol that you want to be looking up, and it gives you this screen right here. It gives you the technical analysis talking about the yearly RSI, and it gives you a bunch of valuable information over the stock that, again, slow down and pause if there's anything here that you want to research on, just to see how valid the AI is. And it does the same thing along with the fundamental analysis side of things. From the technical side of things, it discusses things such as support levels, resistance, the RSI, trend, and the volume. And again, I wouldn't trade solely based on the AI, but I think it's useful compared to analysis that you always have to do on your own. And then when you go on to the fundamental analysis side of things, it goes over things such as revenue, profitability, it goes over the balance sheet, and it also talks about revenue growth and margins. And also, again, speaking of the balance sheet, you got it right here where you can look at it from the quarterly and the annual. You can look at it from a quarter by quarter basis or a year over year basis, and you can check out to see how their assets are compared to their liabilities quarter over quarter. And again, you can do it year over year as well, and you can see the difference. And then you can also look at the income statement, and you can check to see how revenue is compared to their net income, and you can do it year over year, or again, you can do it quarter over quarter. Same thing. Compared to what you usually have to do, which is look at a Yahoo Finance report, or you just go on the SEC Edgar and you look at the quarterly reports, and you have to look at each report by itself, which does take a lot of time. Again, don't use the AI alone, but it's very helpful. And again, always back check and always check to see if the AI is valid if you do have any doubts. I want to put that out there. Another thing that this thing provides, from a shorter time frame all the way up to 1 hour, it goes from 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. It gives you a projection based on the time frame you want. So it's good for you you day traders, and for you long-term investors, and the swing traders as well. Quick reminder before we continue, if you're enjoying the content and want to connect with the community, check out the first link below for the free InvestQ community. And if you want access to advanced stock research and tools, the second link is a Prophecy 7-day trial for just $7. And last, if you want daily market updates and behind the scenes content, follow me on Instagram using the third link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. But again, it is something interesting to do where you can backtest your strategy with your day trades, swing trades, and long-term investing. Add this as another add-on tool and see how much it benefits you. Now, also, the last thing I want to point out is the fact that when you scroll down here, you can see general news, company news, and press releases for the general news is just general news. It's not necessarily just related to the company, but the company news is all for the company ticker symbol you're looking at, which would be BBAI in this example, and the same goes for the press releases. So my opinion regarding Prophecy AI is I don't think AI should replace your own research, not entirely, but I do think it dramatically speeds up the research process. And anything that helps speed up the process of learning about a company, or anything that can speed up the process of you becoming a better investor, will help you get faster results. And because instead of having to spend an hour or even more, because sometimes I spend like 3-4 hours gathering information on different companies, you can spend that hour actually analyzing it rather than just, well, I mean, you would be analyzing it beforehand, even without the AI, but it would just make it a slower, grimier, and harder process. So this is where I think the platform provides the most value. And if you'd like to check it out, I'll leave my affiliate link down below, second link in the description or in the comment section. But as always, I want to make it very clear, please do your own due diligence, and always make sure that you backtest a strategy, you don't go too heavy-handed on any single trade, and you allocate your capital appropriately, and you have a risk management in place. You have risk management in place with any trades or investments that you make. So with that being said, guys, thank you for joining me for this video. Stay safe, keep making good decisions with your long-term portfolios, and I'll see you on the next video.